Everyone, I went ahead and did a battery comparison test between the iPhone SE 2022 and many different iPhones for that matter. Now, I did do a video yesterday pretty much explaining the battery comparison right from the SE3 and the SE2, but surprisingly the bigger differences was with the other models. So I did this test, it wasn't anything crazy, again very basic thing. I put all these iPhones on their max brightness, turned auto brightness off, cleared out all the apps, all in the same version of software. And that was pretty much it. I was going to throw a 6S in here, but that phone honestly has a pretty big battery issue, so there's no point in throwing it in here. But the first couple hours, I pretty much just left these phones on their display. So I just pretty much put them on their same display and let them just kind of die out there. And within 1 hour, the iPhone SE3 was at 91%, the iPhone SE2 was at 86%, 8 was at 88% surprisingly, and the 7 was at 79%. So right out the gate, I already saw some pretty big differences. The iPhone 8 was doing better than my iPhone SE2 for some reason. Now these are all at varying, battery capacity, so keep that in mind. So the 7 I think is going to do worse. It's an older phone, batteries degrade over a longer time, but I wasn't expecting the 8 to do better than the SE3 or SE2. That really didn't make too much sense. So another hour went by and I just let them on the same display, just let them pretty much stand by for another hour. And within 2 hours of the test, SE3 was at 76%, SE2 was at 65%, 8 was at 70%, and 7 was at 43%. So again, another pretty big difference. I was not expecting a device like the 8 to do better than the SE2 even several hours into the test, or 2 hours into the test, 5% better. I was expecting the SE2 to do better overall, but I do suspect this is pretty much due to the SE3 being brand new, the iPhone 8 somehow, doing better than the SE2, so the SE2 must have had a really bad battery life when it first came out. Then 3 hours into the test, I actually just booted up Temple Run 2, and just let that game play for about another hour. So within 3 hours of the test, the SE3 had 57%, SE2 had 38%, 8 was at 44%, and the 7 was at 16%. So the 7 was about to die. So if you're going from a 7 to an SE2, or SE3 for that matter, either one of these phones, you're going to get better battery life, which is a good thing. So I went for another hour just on, Temple Run 2 as well. Seems to be a great way to kind of, drain these batteries a little bit quicker. And the SE3, 4 hours into the test, was at 37%, SE2 was at 11%, 8 was at 19%, and 7 was completely dead by that point. So surprisingly, the 7 did way better than I thought. And at this test, and at this time, I just kind of let it die out. I didn't really look back because I already kind of had a decent answer. The SE3 does have better battery life than the 8, 7, and pretty much all the other iPhones in the same category and body size as this. But again, the main reason for this is basically because the SE3 is a brand new iPhone. Mostly due to the fact that this is a brand new device. This one didn't really have too much going on in it in the first place. So because of that, this is going to do better. But I'm still surprised with a phone like the 8, the fact that it was beating these other iPhones, and this one had the least likelihood of even beating the SE2. This is an older phone, has a way more degraded battery if there were to be any degradation. We can even check. So if we were to go into settings here, this is 100. The iPhone 7 is probably like 30%. If we click on battery health, this thing is at 93%. So that's substantially less than brand new, which is crazy. This is at 100%. This is still at 100% too, which is crazy. This was a brand new iPhone 2 years ago. The battery still hasn't degraded that much. So it's pretty crazy to me that the 8 was doing that good compared to something like the SE3. Now, beyond these, obviously the SE3 has the better battery life, but I would be curious to see after using this phone for about another month or so, how good the battery life is going to be then. Maybe I'll do another battery test if I want to, but that pretty much covers up the test. The SE3 has better battery life, but the 8 isn't super far off, to be honest. If you have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that means so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.